Hello, so at this point you may have already read Chapter 3 on the metric system, and you still might be kind of confused. That's okay, I was confused too. I got a C on my first metrics quiz, but after a lot of studying and hard work, I got an A in the class. I'd like to teach you how to do the same. The first thing you need to know is how important the metric system is. If I were to ask you how many feet are in a mile, only a few of you might know off the top of your head. And if you do, congratulations, you have a better memory than I do. But if I were to ask you how many inches are in, say, 3.26 miles, without a calculator, you might have a little bit of trouble. Using our traditional method, it's sometimes difficult to convert from miles to feet and even miles to inches. That's what makes the metric system so awesome. The metric system, also known as the international system, is just on the other side of this ruler. It's easier to use because it's based on decimals. That means we can convert from unit to unit just by multiplying or dividing by 10, 100, 1,000, and so on. As you can see, there are 10 millimeters within a centimeter. Easy, right? Well, it only gets easier. Let me show you a shortcut. Here's a chart of prefixes that you should memorize. Kilo, hecto, deca, base, deci, centi, milli. In order to memorize this, I created an acronym. So this is the one I use. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And the base can be either meters, if we're talking about length, grams, if we're talking about weight, and liters if we're talking about volume. So let's say we want to figure out how many milliliters are in a 2-liter bottle of soda. We would start with liters at the base, and we can tell that milliliters is all the way over there from our chart. So we'd count 1, 2, 3, all the way to milliliters. So we'd move our decimal point 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. Then we'd fill in the zeros. So now we know there are 2,000 milliliters in 2 liters. Or in scientific notation, 2.0 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3 milliliters in 2 liters. So this works going in the opposite direction. Let's say we want to figure out how many kilometers are in 12 centimeters. Well, let's look at our chart. Let's start at centimeters and work our way to kilometers. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. So that means we would take our decimal point and move it 5 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'd fill in our zeros. 1, 2, 3. This means we have 0.00012 kilometers in 12 centimeters. And in scientific notation, that would be 1.2 times 10 to the negative 1, 2, 3, 4 kilometers in 12 centimeters. For this lab, this chart needs to be expanded a little bit. So micro, which is symbolized by mu, is 3 spaces away from milli. And then nano, which is symbolized by little n, is 3 spaces away from micro. Mega, which is symbolized by a capital M, is 3 spaces away from kilo. Okay, now for the long question. How many micrograms are in 100 nanograms? So now we count how many spaces nanograms is from megagrams. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 spaces to the left. So now we're going to take our decimal point and move it 15 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now let's fill in the zeros. Now it's much better to put this answer in scientific notation so you don't have to put all those zeros in. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that answer would be 1.0 times 10 to the negative 13 megagrams in 100 nanograms. So that was just a brief overview of metric conversions. Hopefully this chart helps you if math calculations aren't really your thing. Getting a good understanding of metric conversions is very important on your road to becoming a science and health professional, or if you're traveling outside the US. And for those of you still wondering, there are 17,212.8 feet in 3.26 miles. Should I do that over?